Well, the first thing I noticed was that our cartographers had it exactly right. All of our oceans and continents are just like they described them on the map, so I'm impressed that they did that without having the perspective from space. The one thing that is different about maps and the view of the Earth from space is that there are no boundaries that separate our different countries. You realize quickly that all the boundaries that separate our different nations are really just in our heads. They're either on a map or in our minds, and so we do things like have different religions, different money systems, and we fight wars over those things sometimes, over these imaginary boundaries. And I was wondering if somebody showed up from somewhere else out in the universe and said, these boundaries you keep talking about, where are they? We'd have to admit that we simply made them up. When I was 4 years old, I went to an airport one day and watched these airplanes taking off, and I knew then I wanted to be a pilot. About a year and a half later, about 5.5, we had the Apollo 7 mission launch, and our principal from who we were in school comes in and stops our arithmetic class, which I was glad to have stop. I wasn't enjoying it very much. Turns on a TV, so it's even getting better. I'm watching television instead of doing arithmetic, and it was the Apollo 7 countdown. She goes, I want you to remember where you were when we started this journey towards the moon. And I remember telling her that these people thought they were going to get to the moon. They were out of their minds. The moon was all the way up in the sky, and you couldn't get there. She said, you need to watch them. I think they'll get there. And sure enough, the following July, we had the Apollo 11 mission on the moon. And so I was in a quandary. I asked my dad, he's like, well, first I asked him, how much would it cost me to go do something like go to the moon? And he goes, no, if you're an astronaut, they pay you. This is great. so what should I do? Should I become a pilot or an astronaut? And he goes, you can do both.
Mm-hmm. Yes. How much time did you, have you been in space in total?
Total time, I think, has been 26 days in space. I had 2 13-day missions to the space station.
Mm-hmm.
I maintain that people who are between maybe 10 and 20 years of age right now will be the exact right age to be the people who go to Mars. Mm-hmm. We'll go to Mars in about 20 years, and you look at the age of the astronauts who went to the moon. They were all in their mid-30s, early 30s, about 40. So you back that off, and those are the kids who are in middle school and secondary school right now. They're going to be the ones to go to Mars, and I'll be in an old folks home cheering them on, waving my cane at them. Space exploration is important because our population is continuing to get bigger, but our planet is not. So we need to go out and find other resources before what scarce resources we have go away and cause us to fight over them.